Good evening and welcome to Dakota Electric Association's 88th annual meeting. I'm Paul Bakken and I'm honored to serve as your board chair. As member owners of this cooperative, your voices, engagement, and satisfaction are at the heart of everything we do. Tonight, I want to share with you some key moments from 2025 and my excitement for what lies ahead in 2026. 2025 was filled with many highlights, including the groundbreaking and top-out ceremony of the all-new Energy Center, a well-attended member appreciation event, and a remarkable display of selfless, courageous actions. Dakota Electric continues to invest in the future by proactively evaluating and enhancing its facilities. Construction on the new Energy Center in Lakeville is well underway, with structural steel in place for the office, warehouse, fleet storage, and maintenance areas. Work on the roofing structure, exterior shell, and material panels is in progress. Once complete, the Energy Center will provide additional space for operations, equipment, and staff to support a growing membership. In July, we hosted our annual member appreciation event at the Minnesota Zoo. Approximately 6,000 members enjoyed free admission, leading to an evening filled with excitement and discovery. And this last year, 4 Dakota Electric line workers received the Lifeguard on Duty Award at the Minnesota Rural Electric Association Safety and Loss Control Conference for their efforts near Meesville. There, they helped save a truck driver's life following an electrical contact incident. Thank you, Greg, Jake, Reed, and James. Your actions are a powerful example of what's meant by everyone home safe every day. The incident in Meesville is a sobering reminder of why safety remains Dakota Electric's top priority. In 2025, the cooperative continued to strengthen its safety culture by maintaining its annual first aid and fire extinguisher training. We also expanded participation in industry programs through the Minnesota Rural Electric Association. April Safety Week reinforced procedures for severe weather and personal threat response, while the Executive Safety Steering Team continued to focus on vehicle safety inspections and improving near-miss reporting. In addition to regular safety training for cooperative employees, we continuously educate our communities about safe electrical practices. By hosting safety demonstrations for children and working with fire departments and the public, we're committed to promoting a culture of safety and awareness that extends to all our members and beyond. This commitment to safety directly supports our promise of delivering safe, affordable, and reliable electricity. By preventing hazards, we reduce outages, improve response times, and most importantly, save lives. As we keep an eye on safety, we also look to our future needs. In 2025, Dakota Electric significantly expanded its infrastructure to meet the growing demands of the communities we serve. In January 2026, the cooperative completed our 20-year cable replacement initiative, replacing all bare underground primary cable with durable jacketed cable to improve reliability and support future growth. We also continued substation improvements, including progress on the Fisher substation to strengthen system resiliency and meet growing energy needs. Dakota Electric installed 1,240 new meters across our service area and continued replacing aging wood poles. Furthermore, proactive vegetation management efforts, that just means trimming trees, helped prevent disruptions, with 250 member requests completed and 135 miles of lines trimmed. Reliability is important. Our System Average Interruption Duration Index, or SAIDI, outage time of 20.6 minutes proves these proactive measures are effective, underscoring our commitment to minimizing disruptions and efficiently restoring service. Moreover, our System Average Interruption Frequency Index, or SAIFI, indicates that an outage occurs for our members approximately once every 3 years. We're confident that our continued infrastructure investments will improve our system reliability, reduce unexpected expenses, and prepare us for future growth opportunities. While Dakota Electric stresses the importance of safety and reliability, we also recognize that our financial decisions directly affect you. We serve as responsible stewards for your resources, carefully analyzing expenses and developing bottom-up budgets each year to ensure we never exceed what's necessary to complete our work and continue to provide you with safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. As a cooperative, Dakota Electric is committed to returning value directly to our members. In 2025, members received an estimated $4.2 million in capital credits, with a portion of those funds originating from our power supplier, Great River Energy. While inflation and rising costs of essential materials have put pressure on expenses, we're committed to maintaining the same level of service that you've always been able to depend on. On December 11th, 2025, the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission approved an increase to Dakota Electric's revenue of 9.6%. Some final steps are still in process, but Dakota Electric expects the new rates to take effect at the beginning of May. Until then, an interim revenue increase of 9.5% remains in place. The final rate increase will replace, not add to, the interim rate. Despite these challenges, our commitment to financial responsibility and transparency remains unwavering. We recently completed a comprehensive audit of our financial statements by a third-party auditor, and I'm happy to report the results confirmed a clean audit. By carefully managing our finances, we can continue investing in programs that offer tools and solutions to help members reduce their energy use and costs, improve sustainability, and strengthen grid reliability. Here are a few highlights from last year. Electric vehicle growth in our service territory increased with over 440 members joining one of our EV charging programs. Members also installed and received rebates for 460 heat pumps in 2025, more than double the previous year, highlighting our commitment to promoting energy-efficient heating and cooling solutions that help reduce costs. And members collectively saved more than 38 million kilowatt hours of energy through our energy efficiency and fuel switching programs. Moreover, load management programs helped members save an estimated $17.4 million by reducing peak demand and lowering power supply costs. All of these things enhance our members' experience. And that member experience is further supported by Dakota Electric's dedicated member service representatives who handled more than 128,000 calls over the past year, assisting members with questions, concerns, and account needs. So far, we've touched on Dakota Electric's commitment to safety, planning for the future, reliability, financial responsibility, and member service. In addition to doing these things, we also give back to the community. For example, Dakota Electric allocates any unclaimed capital credits to local students through scholarships to support their education. In 2025, Dakota Electric provided $160,000 to students in our service area. Since 1990, we've proudly contributed over $2.1 million to support their future education. We extend our commitment to developing our future leaders by sending local high school students to the NRECA Youth Tour in Washington, D.C. each June. They build confidence, strengthen communication skills, and connect cooperative values to the challenges facing their communities. We're proud of the 5 students who represented Dakota Electric in 2025 and wish them the best in their continued education and development. Ankit Mukhopadhyay, one of the 5 students selected to represent Dakota Electric at the 2025 Youth Tour, was elected by his peers to represent Minnesota on the Youth Leadership Council, or YLC. YLC is a year-long program where delegates participate in workshops and experiences that deepen their understanding of the cooperative business model, advocacy, and public service. And we support our communities in other ways too. We're grateful for our members who have donated more than $144,660 through the Helping Neighbors program. Dakota Electric established Helping Neighbors Trust to assist individuals and families facing unexpected hardships with their utility bills. Members can contribute through a one-time donation or by adding a monthly amount to their electric bill. Moreover, we raised over $1,400 and collected 2,652 pounds of food for 360 Communities and the Open Door at our annual Member Appreciation event at the Minnesota Zoo. Since the event's inception in 1998, together, we've donated more than 44,650 pounds of food and over $17,900 to local food shelves. Finally, Dakota Electric's employee-led fundraising initiative, Dakota Cares, also raised over $21,500 for nonprofits, including 360 Communities, Caitlin's Closet, and Creating Healthier Communities. Thank you to everyone who participates in these programs. As we navigate a changing energy landscape, Dakota Electric is not only adapting to change, we're helping lead it. By focusing on member satisfaction, operational resilience, cost efficiency, and innovation, we're building a strong foundation for the future. None of that is possible without the people in this room and beyond. So to our dedicated employees, our community partners, and most importantly, to each of you, our member owners, thank you. Thank you for being here tonight, for sharing your voice, for participating in our board election, and for the trust and confidence you place in this organization every day. That trust is not taken lightly. We will continue to serve you with integrity, transparency, and accountability, and we look forward to all that can be accomplished together. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Cyndee Fields, and I'm proud to serve as your treasurer of the Board of Directors. I'll be presenting a few financial accomplishments from 2025. Our financial statements were audited by the accounting firm Eide Bailly and received a clean audit opinion. Dakota Electric continues to experience higher costs and services that outpace our sales growth. To recover these elevated costs, a tariff rate adjustment was necessary for the first time since 2019 to ensure the cooperative's financial health. We understand that the rate changes do impact our membership directly, which is why we act prudently and only request adjustments when necessary. The following shows are consolidated statements of operations for Dakota Electric. At the end of 2025, Dakota Electric served more than 118,000 active services, an increase of just under 1% over the prior year. These services consumed 1.87 billion total kilowatt-hour sales for the year, which was 2.1% or 39 million more than 2024. Higher sales to residential members drove the increase. Totally, sales generated revenues of $258.5 million, which is an increase of 16.1% or $35.9 million. The revenue increase resulted from more kilowatt-hour sales, implementation of interim rates, and recovery of higher power costs paid to our power supplier, Great River Energy. Cost of sales of $176.1 million increased 9.7% or $15.5 million compared to 2024. The overall cost rates purchased from Great River Energy increased by 16.6% for the year, totaling 9.22 cents per kilowatt hours purchased. Total kilowatt hours purchased were 1.92 billion for the year, which was 2.4% or 44 million kilowatt hours more compared to 2024. Overall, gross margins of $82.4 million increased 32.9% or $20.4 million compared to 2024. Operating expenses of $70.8 million were up 5.1% or $3.4 million from last year. Expenses increased due to increased costs in labor, higher third-party service-related costs, and higher interest expenses due to increased long-term borrowing to fund the construction of the new energy center. Dakota Electric in 2025 consolidated net operating margins was a gain of $11.6 million, an increase of $16.9 million compared to 2024. The next line item, other income, which totals $17.4 million for the year. This includes allocated capital credits from Great River Energy, our power supplier, capital credits from our lenders and other organizations, and interest income. The large portion of our income was Great River Energy capital credits of $16.6 million. This capital credit allocation increased $11.7 million from the prior year. These capital credits are non-cash allocated and will be received at a later date. In March of 2025, we received a capital credit payment of $1.1 million from Great River Energy, the seventh such payment since they began retiring capital credits in March of 2019. Overall, you can see that net income for the year was $29 million compared to $883,000 in 2024. Moving to the balance sheet, Total assets were $493 million compared to the $422 million in 2024. The more than $71 million increase in our asset base was due to the construction work related to the new energy center, additions to the utility plant, and increased short and long-term investments. We invested approximately $26 million in utility plants additions in 2025 and collected over $4 million in contributions of aid of construction to help offset these costs. The next section shows liabilities. Current liabilities decreased $21.6 million to $67.7 million, primarily due to the down payment of our line credit balance. Long-term borrowing increased $68.3 million to $202.7 million. The significant increase was to fund the construction of the new energy center and the plant additions for next year. Lastly, equity increased $24.6 million to $219 million due to the higher earnings this year. I am proud to report that $4.2 million of capital credits were returned back to our members in 2025. Since the inception in 1937, Dakota Electric has returned $82 million back to its membership. In closing, Dakota Electric maintains our strong commitment to financial integrity and being responsible stewards of our membership, resources, and only make investments necessary to continue the cooperative promise of safe and reliable service at an affordable rate for the years to come. This completes the Treasurer's Report. Thank you so much.